Fucking hell. I love my little trips to see my little one, Marilyn. My main gripes, apart from it being flat and not near the coast, because I'm from South Wales and we got loads of that, is bicycle lanes, routes, access. I'm picking you up for it. Right, this is my one gripe. They used to live in Virginia Beach and they're everywhere there. Hence why I bought myself a bike over here. I'll leave over here and I can use when I come out. And it's just the opportunities are really lacking and I gotta force myself to come out on it. It's nice here, it's nice and settled, great weather. There's just no bike lanes. And not only that, there's no sidewalks. When there's big long stretches that people would want to cycle down, and there's nothing at the side of it. I'm on a pretty quiet one now, so I've just turned off from where Em lives. Found this one, it's a non-direct route to the town where I want to go, because it's got a couple of quiet roads at least before I then hit the main ones. This one here, which quite a big wide road for us in the UK, and it's going to have traffic, but there's nothing here you can see, which isn't bothering me too much at the minute. But as you're going to see, I'm soon going to hit some very heavy, busy ones. Here we go. Time to it. Main road. Truck's just gone heading past now. There's one up ahead as well. Yeah, this isn't like that. I know technically by law now I think it's the same in the US, you're meant to not go into the hard shoulder or the side, but you're gonna have to duck in between those rough things that'll make it judder just to get out of the way a little bit. High speeds, big trucks flying down there, and there's nothing. And when you think, if a place like New York, London, I mean New York, can have bike lanes everywhere. I mean, even the insects are competing for space in bloody Manhattan. Yeah, so it is my main gripe, because I'd imagine if you live here, it puts a lot of people off. A lot of cities, especially Swansea, where I'm from, they got budgets put aside. They got initiatives ordered from the government to improve health, well-being, exercise, leisure, and it's one of their top priorities. Facilitate them to be able to do it. There's definitely no incentive for people to get out on their bike and get around in this area, and it doesn't seem to be any sort of emphasis from the people in charge to sort it out. So I'm calling you out. Welshman, he's here to give it some good reviews, but he's got to pick you up for the stuff which he is slacking on, this is the main one. And it's quite funny, section I'm going to get to in a sec. I've been there before. It's the main route into the town centre, and it made me laugh the first time I did it. Nothing, no bike lanes, not even any pavement or sidewalk to improvise and shift onto. And then as you enter sort of the more built up area, I spotted one. I said, it's a bike lane, fantastic. It lasted for about 150 metres before it stopped, and not only that, the 150 metres that it was on was the only place that had a sidewalk. So that's the only place where you could bail out, get off the road. Madness. I'll show you it. We'll get the camera out and film that. Here it comes. Somebody in city planning or whatever has got to be on a wind up here. Cycle path starts right next to the only piece of pathway that you could actually put your bike onto if you were a vulnerable, nervous rider, or you're just getting too many close passes. It's got to be a wind up. The only cycle path that I have found in this whole city is this stretch you're going to see right now. Another close pass, happy days, with the trailer on as well. Two cars in one is this. And there's somewhere, obviously a deserted footpath, because who's walking around here? Nobody. And there's a cycle lane right next to it. So, first time I saw it, I was like, found a cycle lane. This is going to take me all the way into the town centre now. I'm sorted, and if not, I can just jump on the pavement. Well, as you will see shortly, that was not the case. Cycle lane ends, and you may be thinking, as I was initially, first time I saw it, well, there's a path. I could just jump on that. Yeah, well, take a look a bit further up, and you will see that that path ends abruptly. Unless you want to go the total opposite way into some neighbourhood, honestly. I've never seen anything like it. Shocking. Oh, the irony. Into a neighbourhood, get some respite from the thundering trucks. It's not as if I'm some sort of scaredy cat when it comes to the roads things like that. I've cycled in many places across the world. I've even cycled the death road in Bolivia, the most dangerous road in the world. And there'll be a lot more busier roads and stuff that you've been on. It's just a lot of it's the nature of the people on them. And I know there's a big war between some cyclists and drivers. Some cyclists are knobs, some drivers are knobs, some pedestrians are knobs. The world has just got sensible people, respectful people, and it's got knobs. So no matter which side of it you're on, that's the way it is. You can't just hate all cyclists or hate all motorists. It don't work like that. Well, but that's the way it's going in some circles. The problem with this area is that, one, they're probably not used to seeing that many cyclists because it's not that well set up for it and people are scared to do it, or it's just not as enjoyable. Some of them are just not respectful and a lot of close passes and impatient, and that's the problem. It's not the fact that you're gone on road, it's the people you're sharing the road with, and unfortunately the attitude I'm seeing from not everyone obviously, but it's a lot higher than you get them everywhere. And I've cycled in a lot of places, and unfortunately in this area the level of patience and respect for the cyclists is a lot worse, and it makes the experience a lot less enjoyable and a lot more difficult. Little pit stop at my favourite place, Dairy Queen. And I know a lot of people who, of course we, because I'm a cyclist, a lot of people in the cycling community don't help our cause. I get frustrated with them as well. You see them 3 up, block it out on the road, and it is frustrating and it doesn't help. I mean, when they got to do that, then they got to do it. Yeah, they've got a right to do it, is the argument. But for me, when I'm on a road bike or something like that, then I try as best I can. But if there's, because I drive as well, I try my best to get out of the way. If it's going to help them, what am I doing? Am I training for the Tour de France? No. I mean, it's really going to harm your Strava. That's what sort of, oh, my Strava, I'm going to affect it unless I go annoy everybody by having to take up the road because I want to shave a few seconds off. And as you see, I'm not some cyclist enthusiast, the type of cliche character that people get upset of. Although they probably think I'm white trash, the vest on, pesty shorts, sunglasses, claymore and anti-personal explosives bag wrapped around me. And I know the enthusiasts will slate me for earlier when I was pulling over off the white line, because you're not meant to. And the reason you're not meant to do that is you're meant to stay on that road, not force, but to ensure that the drivers give you that space. Because if they see that you're pushing over off the road, then they're going to be like, well, I don't need to pull out now, I can just carry on going the same speed on the same line, more than likely going to end up in a close pass. So I do understand why you have to stick to that and why people are rigid on it. But I hope you can see the dilemma for a lot of us when they're not doing that. I've tried it. I've tried staying on the road. The reason we do that isn't happening to make them pull out and avoid you. It's still coming extremely close because they're going so fast, probably. It's such a big road. And that's the frustrating thing about it. These roads are just meant for big trucks and vehicles hammering down them. And it's a recipe for disaster. Great stuff. A path, a sidewalk, whatever it is, something to cycle on away from the traffic. Sweet. Happy day. Oh, hang on. All right, chuffed to found this path. Fortunately, that's the end of it. Back on the road we go. Jesus, man. This road, now you would think, well, it's going to be better than the other one because it's not as big, it's going to have as much traffic, although it's just as busy, if not busier. From this is one lane. There's a few bends and turns. If one's got his speed up, thinks it's going to pull out, but then someone coming the other way, it can't pull out. And giving them the choice between a head-on collision with a car or knocking me off, guess which one they're going to take. Found another bike path after a few close calls. Much needed. Happy days. Hopefully this one will take me all the way off this main road back home. Hang on. Looks like there's a fence or something. Temporary works or something. Oh no, it's another path that just leads nowhere, literally. Brilliant. Back in the road it is. single road has been 100% worse than that larger one. I've been right over on the grass at times. Tell you what, it's lucky that the lights up ahead were green, because I had my foot down to catch up with them. The worst place I've ever been for the percentage of drivers of, you're going to get them everywhere, but the percentage of ones who will just come flying past you at arm's distance, much higher than anywhere else. So you're having a howler rating, Valdosta, Georgia. Sorry guys, love y'all, but there's no room for cyclists here.